Tigers are among the most formidable hunters in the animal kingdom. But great hunters are not born, they are made, through patience, through practice, and through failure. And there is something truly magical about watching a tiger stalk its prey. These two young tigresses, the daughters of P151 and P141, are still learning those skills, fierce enough to hunt, young enough to make mistakes, because in the wild, not every stalk leads to a chase, and not every chase ends in success. Today, the jungle has another lesson waiting for them. These are the two female cubs of Tigress P151. At around 16 months of age, they are no longer tiny cubs, but they are not fully independent either. Today, something is different. Their mother is nowhere to be seen. In the wild, tiger cubs typically stay with their mother for up to 3 years. During this time, they learn the skills that will determine their future survival. Hunting is not simply instinct. It is a skill refined through observation, practice, failure, and experience. At this age, these young tigresses are entering one of the most critical phases of their lives. Old enough to try, but still too inexperienced to succeed consistently. As they move through the grasslands, one of them suddenly notices a herd of deer grazing nearby. Curiosity quickly turns into excitement. Could this be an opportunity to practice the hunting skills her mother has been teaching? Or will the deer prove to be a little too challenging for these young tigresses? In the jungle, every stalk is a lesson, every chase an examination, and every failure a step closer to mastery. Only the jungle knows the answer. She is ready. Remembering the lessons taught by her mother, she carefully takes her stance. Lowering herself into the grass, she keeps her eyes locked on the unsuspecting deer. Patient, focused, determined. Now, all that remains is to wait for the perfect moment. Instinct takes over. Her shoulders roll forward as she lowers herself into the grass. The powerful muscles in her legs coil beneath her, ready to explode into action. Her head remains low. Her gaze never wavers. From a distance, she is almost invisible. A perfect predator waiting for the right moment to strike. And now, she sees an opportunity. Instantly, her posture changes. Her body drops low to the ground. Her neck stretches forward. Her shoulders hunch as she carefully shifts her weight from one paw to the next. With her belly barely clearing the earth, she begins to creep forward. Every step is slow, every movement deliberate. Silent and patient, she melts into the landscape, just as her mother taught her. The young tigress moves a little closer. Then she stops to reassess the situation. Seated low to the ground, her eyes remain locked on the herd. She watches carefully, learning, calculating, trying to decide which deer might be vulnerable. For a young hunter, observation is just as important as the chase itself. Back on her feet, the young tigress resumes her approach. The dry grass becomes her ally, breaking up her outline and helping her remain unseen. Ahead, the deer continue grazing, unaware of the eyes fixed upon them. But she is no longer watching the herd. She has chosen her target. One deer, a little less cautious, a little less attentive, and perhaps just vulnerable enough to become her first successful hunt. Every step is a masterclass in stealth. Her broad, padded paws absorb almost every sound. Twigs, leaves, loose stones. Nothing is allowed to betray her presence. She moves silently through the forest. Meanwhile, her sister chooses to stay back, watching quietly from a distance. Perhaps curious, perhaps learning. Every hunt is a lesson, even for those who simply observe. The young tigress follows the herd deeper into the jungle. But the hunt does not end in success. Today there will be no meal, only another lesson. Perhaps this was never about the hunt, but about practice. In another corner of the jungle, a different story is about to unfold. Hidden among the shadows, another tigress waits, silent, alert, and ready for an opportunity of her own. Dropping low to the ground, the tigress uses the tall grass as cover. Perfectly camouflaged against the dry landscape, she settles in to wait. For now, patience is her greatest weapon. Will she hunt, or this is another practice? Tigers are masters of stealth, and now a deer stands just 10 feet away, unaware, vulnerable, within striking distance. But the deer is not alone. One by one, more members of the herd emerge from the bushes. Yet the tigress remains invisible, blending seamlessly into the dry grass, hidden from watchful eyes and carried safely downwind, beyond the reach of their senses. Among the herd are young fawns, unaware of the danger hidden nearby. They stay close to their mothers, finding safety in their presence. For now, the herd remains calm, completely unaware that a predator is watching from the shadows. But something isn't quite right. The deer begin to sense it. Tails rise, heads lift, scanning the surroundings, testing the air for the faintest scent of danger. Several stare directly toward the tigress's hiding place. They haven't seen her yet, but their instincts are telling them that something is wrong. Then it happens. A warning call breaks the silence. Tails raised high, the deer stamp the ground repeatedly, alerting the herd, alerting the forest. Though they still haven't seen the tigress, they know enough to be cautious. The element of surprise is beginning to slip away. Slowly, the herd begins to move away. Not running, not panicking, just cautiously retreating back into the safety of the bushes. The tigress watches as they disappear from sight. One by one, the deer vanish into the forest. There will be no hunt today, no chase, no kill, only observation, only practice. For a young predator, every encounter is a lesson, and today, the jungle has taught another one. For the young daughters of P151 and P141, today was not about success. It was about learning. Every stalk, every observation, every missed opportunity adds to their experience. Because in the wild, great hunters are not born. They are made.